lack of space within the city, within the urban area, and within even the villages. Lack of space for sporting activity. So we have to make a deliberate plan to do that. But even when you create space, you need sport, you need enough funds to maintain them. Stop relying on government subvention or allocation. Begin to look at new ways. Tax corporate bodies. Find creative ways of taxing corporate bodies to earn money for that. If we fully appreciate what sports does for us, if we quantify the attention, the goodwill we get as a nation in sports, we will see the urgency to improve our performance at this. Imagine what 1 minute standing on the podium of a successful athlete would do. It's with pride and relish that we remember our performance at Olympics 1996. And every time Nigeria climbs the rostrum as a winner of a medal, the attention, 30 seconds or 15 seconds, that you zero in on the Nigerian athletes or the Nigerian team taking that medal cannot be quantified in the cost of advertisements, in the cost of the exposure that you get in it. So there's no amount of money you put in sports that is too much. Sports revolution has started, but it does not appear as if we are even appreciating it. We still see in the local parlance, in the jocular manner that some people say, we still see sports as the department of small children and play. We do not take it seriously enough to know that it is actually an industry. But if we needed a reminder, perhaps we have to look back to what countries have done in the last couple of years. China, for instance, is taking an advanced process of becoming a world leader in the next 10 to 15 years.
Welcome back. I was about to ask you, I need a quick response to this one, that should it be just about, sometimes employers, complain about, people who have baggages. Mm-hmm. Should it just be about somebody being good enough, or, employers finding you good enough on the job and being, having acceptable behavior that they want? Even
the best managers have their hitches with the employers. I think it's left for the NFF to look at what is good for the football. If you can get a coach that is on the high level, who is better than Florence Omagbemi, then by all means. But if we're going backwards, to ex-coaches and stuff like that, I think it's not good enough.
All right.
It's really not good enough. Our final question before I just let you go had to do with the Super 4. I mean, people have been talking about what Aisha Falode-led board have succeeded in doing and all that. But then, we had 14 weeks of football without any walkover. I mean, it's like everyone is celebrating this. But this is really not what I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating the fact that, everyone now understands that, yes, there is a women's game in Nigeria.
I think it's actually a very good one to celebrate, the 14 weeks, straight football, no walkovers, and we actually see what is going on. There's a level of development. So I think it's a good one. Next season should be a better one for the Nigerian Women's League.
Yeah, this is the top scorer there, Charity Ruben, 9 goals. And the good thing is, or rather, not the good is the fact that they are not in Super 4. Her team couldn't make it. Ibom Angels, that's where she plays. So Super 4 is going to be in Benin City from 11th to 16th. So everyone in Benin, the ladies are coming, so you come out and go support them. I love what some state government have been able to do, in the sense that saying, okay, bring them here, we would be able to do that. But we'll listen to one female football advocate talking about Moses Bako, how excited he is, the fact that it's taking a different shape this time around.
A lot that has changed so far now to what we used to see before. At a time we thought there is no hope again for women football in Nigeria, but what we are saying now is quite a different ball game. We are happy that we have gotten to this length, and hopefully we are going to see it getting much more better than this. The Super 4, for the clubs that have emerged so far, we are going to have the toughest Super 4 event. I actually call this the greatest women football event in Nigeria, and what we've seen so far from the league, the development, the matches played, and teams that have qualified to the Super 4 is going to be explosive.
Okay, Moses Bako there. Well, he's expecting something really explosive. And what are you going to be expecting from the Super 4?
A good game. I saw one of the games in Lagos here, and I think the girls are actually, playing well. So I think it's going to be a very good tournament. The Super 4, the best amongst the rest of them. So it's definitely going to be, it's panning out to be a good couple of games.
The organization and all that, kind of like the Efizi that they decided to just bring in into this time around.
Yeah, it's good. It's good for our football, especially we've been clamoring for development in female football, females in sports. So the fact that this kind of attention is being paid to it is good for us.
All right.
Wachidebere, thank you so much for coming all the way.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
All
right, we're going to break now. Ben Alaya will be joining us. Easy Friday. Okay, that was the game between FC Irabor and Rivers Angels. That game, 3-1. Wonderful. Ben, good to have you. Good morning. Is it morning? Ben Alayoke, Editor-in-Chief Sports Day newspaper.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Like I said earlier, I like it down.
Okay, thank you, Ben. Straight to business. Sport development. I mean, at this one seminar, you were there. I mean, you listened to Nduka Irabor, when he had to, talk about the fact that we really need to do more. In the sense that you can have a community, have different sports centers, then don't wait for government to actually maintain it. I mean, you can source out of private sector. And the fact that countries like China are leaving us behind, and we were just where we are. I mean, countries are developing, talk about the fact that sprint, China, I mean, getting the final of the World Championship. Where's Nigeria?
The issue too, again, like he also identified, like Nduka Irabor also said, is not, government cannot totally divest from sports. They have to provide the enabling environment, the facilities, the structures must be in place before people can now say, okay, I have a good stadium here, now I want to bring my team, I will sponsor them. Like the women's league that is ongoing, only 2 clubs are sponsored by individuals. The other clubs are owned by government. So government cannot, because the wherewithal in Nigeria is not the wherewithal in China or in other countries. People don't have that much money to put into sports. So we must be conscious of that. However, there are some people that we also believe who have the wherewithal, who are not directing it to sports. And the Global World Economic Index says that the biggest area where you can actually make money from, especially by the youths, is music and sports.
Okay.
So if we abandon sports, then we are also abandoning big money. We should stop looking at sports as just a recreation. As a recreation.
Or for people who are jobless.
Who are jobless, or for people who are jobless, or people who are useless. It is a business.
Okay.
You can actually imagine how much Mayweather and McGregor will be making. It's humongous. It's unbelievable. And so it can happen in Nigeria if we put our mind to it.